Hey YouTube, this is Yirmiyahu Weeps. I just made a video about how to identify a false prophet, but it was very long. I gave all the scriptures in that video on how to do it, but if you don't want to watch the whole thing, you just want to know how to identify a false prophet, this is how you do it. If someone speaks a message saying that the instructions that Yahweh gave, Yahweh the creator, Yahweh meaning the self-existent one, but that's his name, so it's a proper name, so I call him Yahweh. That's my understanding of how to pronounce it. Some people pronounce it a little bit differently. I don't think that's quite as important as what his name actually means, because I think he can teach you and clarify at his time of his choosing how exactly to pronounce his name. Anyways, going on. Yahweh the creator. If they teach that his instructions no longer apply or are gotten rid of, that's the sign of a false prophet. Now, of course, not all of his instructions would apply, like, say, instructions concerning the physical temple, because we don't have a physical temple today, so those instructions would not apply. Instructions on Yahweh community government, like stoning people to death if they do certain things, would not apply either, because there is no community of Yahweh that functions in the same way on earth today. So those instructions don't apply. Now, of course, he has particular instructions to certain individuals, and unless you're that individual, those instructions don't apply to you. And then there's also culturally significant instructions, like, say, he says build a fence around the roof of your house. But that is for, like, if they go up and they hang out on the roof. If you go up and hang out on the roof, then yes, it would apply. Make sure you have a fence around your roof so people don't fall off. But unless you have that, it wouldn't apply because it's a culturally significant instruction. But his other instructions would apply. The applicable instructions would apply. So the sign of a false teacher, that's one of them. They say that the instructions, Yahweh's instructions, don't apply anymore. They say that you can worship a deity besides Yahweh the creator. Any deity besides Yahweh the creator alone, Yahweh being the only one that you worship, that you bow down to, that you're devoted to as your creator, as your ultimate powerful authority. If anyone says to do that, that's the sign of a false prophet. They're being a false prophet. If they say that Yeshua HaMashiach, commonly known as Jesus Christ, if they say he's anything besides purely a human being, that's the sign of a false prophet. He was completely human, a descendant of David or David. And he could only be a descendant of David or David if Yosef or Joseph was his human father. If he's not his human father, he is not a descendant of David. He's not HaMashiach, and there's no point in putting your trust in him. And basically, you're calling Yahweh a liar. So that's the sign of a false prophet or false spokesman. I'm trying to think. Oh, Yahweh detests the idea of children being tortured in fire. So if tortured, tormented in fire. So if there's a prophet or spokesman who thinks that either a human being or Yahweh the creator himself is going to torture their children in fire, that you should torture your children in fire, that's the sign of false prophet or spokesman. You shouldn't listen to that person. They're a liar. I'm trying to think if there's anything I'm forgetting. Those are the main ones. If you go after, yeah, I already said that. If you go after any deity besides Yahweh, if anyone says not to follow Yahweh's instructions, that they don't apply anymore. If anyone says that Yeshua HaMashiach is not a human being, they're a liar and they're being a false prophet. If they say that someone is going to be tortured alive in flames, that Yahweh wants people tortured alive in flames, or that Yahweh is going to have people tortured alive in flames, or that Yahweh is going to allow people to be tortured alive in flames forever, they're being a false prophet, false spokesman. Don't listen to them. So, I think that's everything. I don't think I'm missing anything. At least those are the main points. There might be a few other things, but those are main. Oh, and if there's any worship practices or religious or spiritual practices that Yahweh has not instructed on how to have relationship with him and how to serve him, if people are doing those kind of things, they're being a false prophet or spokesman, or if they're proclaiming those things, they're being a false prophet or spokesman. So any kind of pagan practice, like say Christmas or Easter or anything like that, those are all the marks of paganism, and have to do with false prophecy, false spokesmen proclaim those things. So I think that is everything. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to watch my other video. If you would like all of my details on this and all the scripture, I read lots of scripture going into this. But it's there for you if you'd like to watch it. If you're not convinced just by me proclaiming this, I heartily endorse researching to see if what I say is true. If you believe in Scripture, which I think is the wisest thing to do, but I heartily advise investigating these things for yourself and becoming convinced one way or the other as the Creator leads you to be. But not just taking my word for it, not taking anyone's word for it, but looking into it for yourself and praying about it for yourself. So thank you very much for watching. Shalom. I hope you have a very good life, very good day, evening, morning, whenever you watch this. And au revoir, arrivederci, sayonara, adios, son, bon voyage, bye.